to Global Flyers Part 2 video of our flight mission from Zurich to Juneau. We've just stopped in Reykjavik, Keflavik airport for refueling. We received the ATIS a few minutes ago and our flight clearance, and with that our quick turn checklist is almost complete. We're going to be conducting a glass to paper check. We have the flight map open on the right side, PFD, on the planned mode. We're just going to quickly review all of the en route waypoints and ensure that all of them have been entered into the FMS correctly.
Okay, we exit the standard departure at Soraya onto 66 north, 30 west,
Check.
68 north, 40 west,
Check.
69 north, 50 west, then
Check.
to Yankee Charlie Yankee or Clyde River.
Check.
Then Uniform X-ray or Hall Beach, NDB.
Check.
Me Tov.
Check.
68 north, 100 west,
Check.
66 north,
Check.
110 west, then
check.
Yankee Foxtrot Sierra or Fort Simpson,
Check.
Yankee Quebec Hotel or Watson Lake,
Check.
then Gummel the initial approach. Fix.
Check.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Matteo. We'll enter the approach fixes and we'll confirm them just before we arrive based on the weather conditions. As you can see here, we completed the refueling process. We have 18,450 pounds of fuel on board. So we're about to review the en route weather in today's flight of roughly 6 hours. You can see here the same brief weather function, with the first layer being defined as the cloud cover. Heavy cloud cover as we depart from Keflavik airport and a bit over Greenland. Clicking here the SIGMETs, we have a band severe turbulence, so we'll look out for that on the eastern shores of Greenland. You can see the en route winds here at high levels are negligible comparing to the jet stream wind speeds or wind barbs further to the south. You can see here the Arctic region has calm winds at high altitudes. Alright, let's go into our FMS, our status page here. You can see the active database is current. We will now perform some long-range navigational checks just to ensure our oral navigational systems are all working properly. So here we can go into the position initiate page, and we'll enter Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot as our current position. We'll enter that into the airport field, and you can see here the FMS position is nearly the same as the saved airfield position. And clicking on the next page here takes us to the GNSS or satellite position. You can also see both GNSS 1 and 2 agree remarkably well with the FMS position or the IRS main reading. So pressing the IRS page here, we can see they're all enabled. All the IRS units are within 0.4 nautical miles of each other, so that's well within acceptable limits. The drift rate is also reasonable, so they're in the range of 0.5 to 0.6 nautical miles per hour, which is very good. Going back into the index, we can click here the VOR DME enabled. Next page. Finally, let's go into the FMS control page here, and we'll just make sure the heading mode is set to magnetic. It will the aircraft will switch automatically to true north above latitudes of 73 north and higher, which is way higher than what we are flying today on today's route. And we're ready to depart, ladies and gentlemen. We expect to taxi and face north in a few moments. We are expecting also a runway 19er departure. The weather has changed drastically since we landed about an hour ago. Engine 1 start.
Iceland 281, taxi 30.19 via November. Swiss Ambulance 71, are you ready for the departure?
Ready to line up, Swiss Ambulance 71.
Swiss Ambulance 71, line up wait, runway 19er.
Line up and wait, runway 19er, Swiss Ambulance 71. Takeoff checklist.
Passenger signs.
Advise on
Anti-collision lights. On probes. Windshield.
cheerlead on
Ice protection.
the ice on
Continuous ignitions on. ATCT CAS.
TARA
Supplementary ground.
checked.
CAS.
Gas config OK.
Lights.
Lights on.
Before takeoff complete.
Ambulance 71, after departure, Keflavik 19.3. Wind 17 knots, runway 19er, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Swiss Ambulance 71. Are you ready?
Ready.
I have controls.
You have controls.
Alright, takeoff. Set thrust.
Keflavik, tower your wings and then
Thrust set.
281, the radio.
18 knots.
Eurowings 9281, line up wait, runway 19.
100 knots.
And then we would turn in when your wings is 9281.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps 0.
Flaps up.
Check. After takeoff checklist. $4,000 checked.
Keflavik, med after departure, contact Rega BIKF from 19.3
Swiss Ambulance 71, continue climb flight level 290.
Climb to 290, Swiss Ambulance 71.
Swiss Ambulance 71, contact Reykjavik Control 119.7, goodbye.
Reykjavik Control 119.7, Swiss Ambulance 71. Reykjavik Control, Swiss Ambulance 71, climbing to flight level 190, Sorry 2 Charlie departure.
Swiss Ambulance 71, Reykjavik Control, good evening. Climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Swiss Ambulance 71.
Reykjavik Control, good evening, United 26.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have around 10 minutes to reach the shores of Greenland. You can see here on this weather map, the cloud cover is somewhat significant at flight level 360. We'll have a lot of moisture in the air, so we turned on the anti-ice. And our first officer, Matteo, will talk to you here about decompression routes.
Thank you, Captain. Today we're presenting one of the most unique and challenging aspects of our flight which we had prepared for. The part of our flight crossing Greenland. As you see, much of Greenland is not flat. The island has mountain ranges along the coasts. Much of what you see below us, particularly arriving from the east, is well above 10,000 feet above sea level. Now, flying over an area like this, with limited diversion airports and extreme conditions, we need to plan ahead, especially when it comes to emergency events like rapid decompression or an engine failure. That's why we always carry a dedicated escape route chart, which provides us with very specific instructions on where to fly. So, the escape routes provide safe ways to descend while avoiding high terrain so we can breathe without oxygen. Navigraph provides a very useful chart layer for the minimum off-route altitudes or MORA values in the grid layout you see. These are the terrain elevations in thousands, plus a safety margin. As we progress, we'll first be entering what's designated as Zone 6 on our charts. If we have a decompression event while crossing in Zone 6, we can descend rapidly and fly to position 67 north, 32 west. Essentially a custom fix we could have defined in the FMS before our departure. From there, we're instructed to proceed directly to Keflavik in Iceland. The key here is understanding that over this vast icy expanse, time is of the essence. Having these pre-planned routes and custom fixes allows us to react quickly, ensuring the safest possible outcome for everyone on board. It's a testament to the rigorous planning that goes into every single one of our flights, especially those over such remote and demanding environments.
Thank you, Matteo, for this informative piece. We hope you enjoyed it. It can give you another layer of realism when planning long-distance flights over mountainous regions.
7 Golf, identified maintain flight 1380.
Welcome back. We have just been handed over from Nuuk Flight Information Region to Edmonton region in Canada. As we fly through this vastness of the Arctic region, we're always well prepared in case of a engine failure or a decompression event or a medical emergency. We're well prepared for that. And we have en route scenario airports where we can simply divert in the event of the emergencies that I listed to you. We'll be ready to divert to en route airports, and we're defining those now for you. So to add and display these airports, diversion airports on the MFD, all we have to do is go into the index page, click the fix, and then define a user-defined fix, and we'll just go ahead and enter the diversion airports that we've chosen. So the first one being Iqaluit in Nunavut territory. So that's Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. So just enter the ICAO code and insert that into the reference field. As soon as you enter that, you can see the direct course to that diversion airport, the distance, the en route expected time, and the fuel that's needed to reach there. Similarly, the other en route diversion airport that we've chosen is Yellowknife, Northwestern Territories of Canada. That's Charlie Yankee Zulu Foxtrot. Again, you can see the course, the distance, and the en route time to reach that airport should we elect to divert. So it would be very easy for us to contact ATC and request direct vectors to any of these en route diversion airports should any of the emergency events occur. As you can see here on the Volanta live map, about to overfly Baffin Island, which is part of Nunavut territory of Canada. We've prepared a documentary for you that we hope you enjoy.
Far in Canada's northeastern frontier, beyond the reach of roads and the warmth of trees, lies Baffin Island, a vast windswept realm of silence, stone, and snow. It's as if time itself slows down here. Our own flight today crosses Baffin Island north of Iqaluit. Baffin's capital and only city. Perched on the southern edge of the island, Iqaluit's airport is more than a regional hub. It's a vital transatlantic diversion point for international flights crossing the high Arctic. North of Iqaluit, the land rises into one of the most rugged and remote mountain systems in North America. This frozen spine holds secrets that few have seen firsthand. Here stand giants like Mount Odin and Mount Thor. Odin cloaked in snow and silence. Thor famed for having the greatest vertical drop of any cliff on Earth. These peaks loom over valleys untouched by roads or trees. The tree line doesn't cross Baffin Island. Not even close. What grows here clings low to the earth. Lichens, moss, and hardy wildflowers fighting the cold. It's tundra in its purest, rawest form. And yet, life thrives. The Inuit people have lived here for generations, navigating frozen seas, building from stone and snow, and moving to rhythms few outsiders understand. On nights like this, the aurora borealis dances overhead, green ribbons across a violet sky. Up here, it feels less like flying over Earth and more like touching another planet. For aviators, it's a checkpoint in the sky. For explorers, it's a threshold into the Arctic unknown.
Okay, everyone, we have some good news coming from Juneau, and that will be shared by our in-flight physician, Lisa, here in the cabin.
Hi there, Laura here from Juneau Regional Hospital. Just giving a more detailed update on Hans Meyer. We knew the plan was to get him back to Switzerland for definitive surgery, so our job here was to get him stable and safe for the flight. We've immobilized his leg in a vacuum splint. It did a good job of holding things in place without the need for invasive hardware. He's been on IV pain meds, and we've been monitoring him closely for signs of swelling, circulation issues, or nerve problems. Thankfully, nothing concerning has shown up. He's in good spirits. He'll be officially cleared for the long flight to Switzerland. Before he leaves the hospital tomorrow, we'll be giving him a dose of blood thinner, as a standard precaution to lower the risk of deep vein thrombosis on the long flight. I understand your flight is landing around noon today with your crew resting overnight before heading back tomorrow with the patient. For your medical team on board, just keep the leg immobilized and slightly elevated during the flight, continue with pain control as needed, and monitor for any changes in sensation, color, or swelling.
Flight plan route plan runway 02, squawk 1333.
Southern 75, WestJet 737, what do you need?
WestJet 737, just showing a slight delay of 2 minutes going into Calgary. If you want to start reducing your speed, Mach decimal 72 or less for now.
Oh, okay, we'll do 72, WestJet 737.
Okay, we got our ATIS for Juneau and we're about to start our approach briefing. Today we're flying a runway 08 RNAV, GPS Victor approach. The chart is valid as of the 28th of February 2025. I'll be flying the approach, you'll be pilot monitoring. Please keep an eye on the terrain, lateral navigation, and let's check the altitudes throughout the procedure. We'll start our approach at the initial fix of Gumli. We'll descend from there inbound to Ogimi. That will be our intermediate fix. From there we'll turn left on heading 069 towards Mine. Then we'll continue on 070 degrees to Mulry. At Mulry we'll transition into the visual segment, continuing 070 degrees for 2.2 nautical miles, and then we'll correct for the offset 15 degrees to the right to align with the runway heading of 085 degrees. We'll be having sequence flashers at the final approach phase to guide us in visually. The transition altitude is 18,000 feet, with a minimum sector altitude of 8,400 feet all around the airfield. Our decision altitude is 1,880 feet, and thus already set into the PFD. Performance-wise, N1 is 91.0. We've entered that into the FMS, and the VREF is 121 knots. In the event of a missed approach, we'll climb, turn left to 9,000 feet, direct to Mugs fix, then we'll continue heading 281 degrees to chill, and we'll hold there and we'll await ATC instructions. For the minimum climb gradient, it's 363 feet per nautical mile, so we'll be aware of that as we miss the approach. In terms of hazards, we have high terrain, all sectors around the airport. The visibility is now 5 nautical miles, but it could reduce unexpectedly, so be watching out for that. We also have a risk of a bird strike. We've read that on the reference chart of the airport, so we'll be looking out for that as well. We'll keep terrain mode active. We'll adhere strictly to the LNAV and VNAV paths, and we'll prepare to call a go-around early if the visuals are shaky after Mulry. The autopilot stays on throughout the RNAV portion. We'll disconnect when visual is confirmed. Let's aim for a stable visual segment, and we'll stay tight on the headings. And please call out anything you see early. Do you have anything else to add? Thank you.
Clarence, good evening, JetBlue 1561.
1561, standby, so it's going to be a full roof.
Mike.
Oh, you can see it's quite turbulent now as we traverse the coast mountains of Alaska. We're about to reach the initial approach fix of Gumli. Spoilers, slow down to 210 knots. $5,000, check.
Alaska 62, turn left heading 120.
Mine, check.
Swiss Ambulance 71, clear to land runway 08.
Clear to land runway 8, Swiss Ambulance 71. Okay, let's hope we have visuals, otherwise we'll go around. Flaps full, please.
Minimums.
Okay, we can spot the airfield. Continue. Okay, our vertical path is doing well here. These weather conditions are near minimum. VREF, check.
1,000.
Check.
Ace Air, turn right heading 030.
pass okay. Hull refix, check, we have visuals now. Autopilot disconnect.
Five 500.
Okay, correcting, right heading 085.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Spoilers. Reverse.
Sub 2250.
Diesel.
Golf Sierra Papa Airport via the Palmer 2 departure. Direct Palmer. Tennis Files. Maintain 10,000 and block 52.
60 knots.
Delta 4250.
Okay, parking brake.
I go to 413, you're clear to the airport. Via the
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to Juneau in Alaska. That was a very long flight, more than 10 hours of flight time and an hour refueling in Iceland. We're going to be shutting down the aircraft and securing it, returning tomorrow with our patient back to Switzerland. Enjoy this footage of our return trip back to Zurich tomorrow.
Swiss ambulance, the U.S. Customs van is headed to you right now. See you here in a bit.
Hey there, welcome to Alaska, folks.